So hopefully everybody has finished the test. So you are answering the test for the exercise number 15, right?
Yes.
Okay. Wow, nobody answered the first one correctly. Well, hopefully there's not my mistake. Okay, we'll see that. Okay, seems like this is one of the best tests since we started this second part of the course. So let's check it out. The fire of the firewood quenched, ceased by water. There is no difference in nibai. Do you see that? It's a new word, I understand, but there is no difference. It's always just nibai. All right. And you are going to decide only whether it's ago, agi, or agi. Okay. And whether, oh, actually all of them. So darunang agi ambumha nibai. All right. So ambumha is because of, all right, or by. So when it is by, it's an instrumental. And instrumental, well, ambumha. I have used ablative, right? I've used ablative. So that also is fine. Should be also fine. Ambumha as an ablative. Bumha, by something. Instrumental. A true instrumental would be better, right? Ambuna would be definitely better. Ambuna would be definitely better. What about the others? Darunang aggi. That's correct. Darunan. Cannot be darusu would be among. Daruhi would be of, and that's not. And darunang. Daruhi, actually daruhi. What's daruhi? Daruhi, daruhi. Yes, that would be something else. Daruhi would be daruhi. Darubhe. Yes, that would be the instrumental or ablative. It is not of. It would be by. Daruya is a nonsense. So darunang aggi must be correct. And because it is the fire, it must be aggi. So these two are correct. All right. And then which one of these? Whatever you choose, even if it was ambuna, ambuna by water, still daruhi aggi would be wrong, because daruhi aggi would be no, cannot be accepted, right? Daruhi darunang. So no, it could be daruhi like from, but that's not like fire doesn't come from the from the wood. It's the fire of the wood. It's the fire related to the wood. So must be darunang akki. Ambumha. Ambumha probably ambumha. Akki ambumha.
I think Ambumba is not a correct word.
Yes, ambumha, maybe ambuna is truly better, because this one would be like it that it would like cease from the fire, and that doesn't make sense. Okay. But it's interesting that there was Ambumha and here is Ambusma, right? So how did I think when I was writing? I don't know.
Embusma also not a word. I don't see that. Um,
Excuse me?
I don't see the embusma is also not a really word. And the second,
It's a word. It's definitely a word. Ambumha, Ambusma is the same thing. Okay. And the ambu is water. We have that lesson. Did you find ambu? Do you know that ambu is water?
yeah,
Yeah, you got it. So when you have mha, you also have sma in the ablative. So it should be fine. Ambumha, ambusma, but it's for a different sentence, not for this one. So in this sentence, by water, ambuna probably is the only one that's correct. You think that ambuna is also wrong?
Ambuna is correct.
Ambuna is correct, right? Okay. All right. So let's look at the easier ones. Oh, not this one. Until you protect your wealth, you shall be rich. Yavatvang vasung rakkisasi, tavatvang bogi bhaveyas. So why not tada? Because that's when. Yava and tada do not come together, whereas yava and tava do come together. Then what else? Vasing or vasung? Because it is vasu, you need to just add nga. It cannot be vasing because the root is vasu. The monk gave once a blow to his thigh by a stone and broke the bone. This is something that really happened in the scriptures. So bhikkhutas sasathing or tatthing. So this is more of a vocabulary test. So sathi is the correct one. Sathi is the thigh. So bhikkhutassa sathing silaya or silena. Because sila is the third noun group, it must be silaya. It would be silena if it was silo, but no, it's not. So silaya is correct. Then saking paharitva or puna paharitva. Saking means one time, puna means again, but he did it just one time. So he hit one time. Atting or attang. Attang actually has a meaning, and it means the purpose. But he did not destroy his purpose. He destroyed his bone. And even for atta, but usually you would use probably attakata. Yes, actually it's correct. So this would be a purpose. This one is bone. The mother saw the tears in the eyes of the young girl and thus gave a blow to her husband. Mata Kumaria Akisu. Kumaria or Kumaria. Because the tears are in the eyes, then Kumaria in the eyes. Sorry, so the eyes are the of the daughter. So must be Kumaria. Kumaria would be in the daughter. So Kumaria Akisu, Asuning, Akisu or Akina. So because the tears are in the eyes, we must use Akisu. Akinan would be of the eyes. Sitwa, Bhattarang or Bhattung. So here, because Bhattaro is declined in the same way as Natta, as the grandson, it must be Nattara. If it was declined in the same way as Bhikkhu, then of course it would be Bhattung. All right. So be careful about the noun group 17 and 9. They look similar, but they're not. If you pay respect to the wise ones, they will surely teach you the law. So, Sachetvang Buddhimantanang or Buddhimantusu. So, that's among, but we want two. So, the we wanted the dative. So that's what we have, Buddhimantanang. But this sasi, adha or tathang. So adha means for sure. Tathang means tatha, it's like there, I think. Tatha or so. Te tuvan dhammang deseyung or deseyanti. So because they will surely teach you the law. So it's because of this if written here that we maintain the double Y. So if such a, then they will do this. The tiger saw the bird and came slowly. The bird saw the tiger, got scared, and flew away. Deepi sakunang pasitva, sanikang or sighang. Sighang means fast. Sanikang means slowly. Sanikang agachi. Sakuno, deeping or deepang. Deeping me is the accusative for tiger. Deepang is the accusative for island. But the bird saw a tiger, not an island. So the bird saw the tiger and got scared and rose up very fast. Uddeti is rather to fly, but it seems you can also use it to fly up, to how to say that, take off. How might you eat curd and ghee if you do evil deeds and do not see or understand the issue? Kathang twang dadhincha sappincha. So what is curd? Curd is dadhi. Ghee is sappi. So kathang twang dadhincha sappincha bhunjayas. So here you see, if it is a question where you are not sure, you use this optative form, this if. So you would not use kathang twang dathincha sapincha bunjisasi. Maybe it would work. Probably it would work, but we have the word such a here, and hence we need to use double Y. Kathang twang dathincha sapincha bunjiyasi, such a twang, papani or pape. So if it were apo, the noun group 1, then yes, pape, but it's not. It's actually noun group 2, and so it must be papani. Actually, pape is also correct. Karanang or karaning. This one, however, is wrong. Karaning cannot be used. Karanang is right. Anything else? Katha or kathang. Katha actually means speech. Kathang means how. So katha is totally something else. Like without a mother, there is no son. Thus, without monks, there is no true Dhamma. Yatha vina matuya putto. So matusu would be without mothers. But we have just one in the question. So just like without a mother, there is no son. Tatha, in the same way, therefore, thus, without monks, bhikkhuhi or bhikkhusu. So according to the book, it seems that vina is connected to the ablative, not to the locative. So with vina, you need to use bhikkhuhi. Saddhammo, nati, the rest is fine. Yatha or yathang. Yathang, I think, doesn't make any sense. Only yatha is correct. Yatha, and whenever you use yatha, you need to use tatha. Whenever you use yava, you need to use tava. And there are similar like that. Whenever you use yang, you need to use tang. But these are other usages that the book did not explain that specifically yet. If you want wealth, why don't you request your brother? Sachetvang vasung icheyasi kasmatui hang bhatarang nayachi yasi. So maybe here probably ichisasi would be better. I wonder whether sachetvang vasung ichisasi kasmatui hang bhatarang nayachi yasi. I wonder if ichisasi would be better. Anybody has an idea? So why not Vatung? So Vatu is a base. Vasu is wealth. So they're different things. And then Kasma or Katang. So Katang is how, and or it's an accusative uh, of talk or speech. But here Kasma means why. So we need to use Kasma. Bhatarang or Bhataring. So because it is Bhatu Bhataro, um, the noun group, the very special noun group for Bhatu Bhataro, something like Nattu, then we need to use Bhatarang or Bhataring. Yachi Yasi or Ichiyasi. So Yachi Yasi means to ask for. You might ask for. Ichiyasi means you may want, you may like. Now the last question. Does your brother want the woman's body or her wisdom and patience? King tuihang bhata kanyaya vapung ichhati athava tassa panyancha kandincha. So kanyaya or kanyaya. So because it is the third noun group, must be kanyaya. Vapung or vaping. So the base is vapu, so it must be this one. Va or atava, it's the same thing. It's okay. Both of them are right. Yes, the rest is the same. All right. So, anybody has any questions? If you disagree with anything and you feel like I do not agree with your disagreement, please make a screenshot of the portion in the book and just send me a screenshot. Send it to me so that I can see and better understand why are you concerned.
Vipante, I have a question.
You have a question, Listen.
I posted it on the chat box.
Okay, can you please read it for me?
I think the question one, there is no correct answer. Because
You're already talking about, I think you came late, right?
no, Bante. Because in our test, there is no answer like in your version.
So I worry that you came late because I already explained that my answer was probably wrong and I provided correction. Did you see that? Were you here at that time?
Yes, Bante.
So do you still remember it? That I said it? That I said it?
I may.
So you probably came late. You probably or maybe you lost connection at that time. Yes. So instead of ambumha, the correct version would be ambuna. All right. And ambumha would be wrong. So I have already corrected the test at this moment. But because the first two words would be correct only in this version, I would still take it as correct because that's correct in all of the others. Because when you have like three words that are different, you search two, then you search an option where you have at least two things correct. Actually, yeah, you had aggi ambuna, right? Daruhi aggi ambu. Yes. So Daruhi Aggi if you selected version C, then that also was correct because you had their two words correct. Okay. Aggi Ambuna. And my version also is correct, but nobody selected it. So if somebody selected the third one, I will make it simply the third one. That's it. It's much easier.
But our answer is also counted as correct one, right, Bante?
No, there was zero correct answers. So I will count those who answered the version Daru. What was that? Daru he Aggi Ambuna Nibai. Those will get it as a correct version, but it's actually a wrong version, just like all the others. But it's the most correct of all the others, in addition to the version that I have selected. So there were two versions that were equally correct. That means two versions that had two of the challenging words right, and there were three challenging words.
Yes, Bante.
So I'll share it with you so you know how it looks like. Not that. Amazing. So I have prepared the Darunang Aggi Ambunani Bai as the correct version. I have updated the test. And so those of you who selected Daruhi Aggi Ambunani Bai have it as correct. Anything else? Any questions? Whenever I leave from the meeting, and it's what's crashing is actually Zoom, because Zoom apparently is not made for these huge, large scale screen that I'm now using. So Zoom, when I share the screen, sometimes it crashes, but hopefully Zoom will update soon. And then anyone, so whenever it crashes, I lose your comments. So if you have anything in the comments, please read it for me or copy paste it again. Okay, somebody sent to me something. Okay, now I see things. Oh, now I see the comments.
Can you see my screenshot?
Oh, I see here actually two screenshots. Let me see what will happen. Okay, something's happening. No, this is not the way to go. Dhanuyo. So somebody is, I see that's Manwe. So what's the question? The Dhanuyo and Dathayo?
Yeah, the question is why we use Danuyo and Datayo. It should be Danuna, right? Dahehanu-na should be
Or
instrument.
Dhanune. You think it should be Dhanune?
Danuna, the instrumental for
Dhanunang. Let me see. With Dathayo, it's clear. With Dhanu, I want to check I want to recheck the noun group. Datha, Dathayo. It's like Kanya, Kanyayo. It's noun group 3. So there should be clear. Is it clear?
Oh yeah, that one is clear.
With Datha, it's now clear. So now let's look at Dhanu. Tell me whether you see whether you see my sharing of the book. You see my sharing of the book?
Not yet.
No? Okay. So I will have to reshare. Okay, now can you see it?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So we had Dhanu, right? So Dhanu, I see. So probably sometimes, what happens with some nouns to make it a little more challenging for you all to learn Pali is that they actually can be declined according to several different noun groups. So the noun actually can be accepted in like 2 or 3 noun groups at the same time. And that means that the different forms would still be correct. Let me see whether that would be correct. You will find that from a dictionary, because the dictionary will tell you whether you can accept whether you can accept whether you can accept that noun as a neuter or masculine or feminine, and some nouns are both. Some nouns are both masculine and neuter, or both neuter and feminine. So for this, you need a dictionary. I don't think you could do this without a dictionary. Well, if we had like a society, like a country where people speak in Pali naturally, then probably you would know it through the usage because you heard it. But I'm not aware of such country. And even in Myanmar, even in Sri Lanka, where they really try to somehow preserve Pali by various conferences and meetings, it's not successful. And it's true, Dhanuyo word does not exist. Dhanuno, Dhanuto exists. But Dhanune, yes. Dhanuhe, Dhanute, but otherwise, no, sorry. So you're correct, very well. And this was in the solutions or in the question?
That was in the solution. If you
Aha.
go to page
Okay.
214.
PDF page?
Yes. Two 214. 214. Yep. Yep. The first one.
Oh, here. Okay, thank you very much. So you suggest, what do you suggest? Dhanunang?
Danuna. Yeah.
This will be,
Bhante,
I think it should be Dhanune. right? Because they take something,
Yeah,
it's an
it's
accusative.
plural. It's plural, so I was wrong.
Dhanune, right? What do you think?
Should be Danuhi or Danubi. It's plural.
It should be dhanune, shouldn't it? Because it's an accusative, right? You take something, right?
With balls. So
Shouldn't it be dhanune? Because gahetva, right? So he took it by hands. He took by hands what? The
so it's Danuni.
dhanune. Do you agree with me? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So yes, Hasu wanted to say something. Hasu, you're muted. Did you want to say something?
Mhm.
Excuse me?
The question number 4
Which one? Here in the exercises?
from English to Pali.
Okay.
Why the answer they skip the word again, Puna,
Which word?
again. They
Oh,
skip
the
it.
word again.
Answer.
Where is it? I don't see it. Is it this one?
No, but they from English to Pali.
Oh. Where is it?
English to Pali, not
Yes.
Pali to English.
This is English to Pali. Oh, I see. This is another. Yes, I skipped. So, having bathed in the sea. Again, there. It should definitely be at least in brackets. It should definitely be at least in brackets. It's a way how you would probably say it in English. You would not just say now. You would also add the word again, but apparently in Pali you would not use it. Or at least the teacher, the monk who did this, believes you would not need to use the word puna in this case. But it definitely could be in brackets because it's not added in the answer. Thank you very much. Is that clear?
Yes, and I see in the question number 6. So the word until, we always have to use the two words in Pali, ya wa at the beginning and ta wa in the middle.
That's
So they
right.
come together.
Yes.
Oh, I see.
You cannot use Yava without Tava. And I would disagree with Sayadaw Ishin Nandamala Bhivangsa that you can use Tava without Yava, but that's what I would disagree. But Sayadaw clearly taught to us in a course of a Pali scripture. He explained to us that you cannot have Tava without Yava, and you cannot have Yava without Tava. But I believe that there are cases when you have it, but it's not important. Okay, is it clear?
Yes, but and I think the question number 11 from English to Pali as well. There is one word that the tosk, and I I use dictionary, Pali dictionary, and I found out that the data is the feminine word.
Just a moment. Data, yes. And what's the question?
No, it's just because we didn't learn the conjugation of the letter long A.
Yeah, we did. It's actually the very first one that we learned for the feminines.
Oh,
It was with Kanya. Now, Vanita. We had Vanita. I'll show you.
I remember now, Bante.
You have got it? Okay.
Thank you.
So data, the problem is that the word data is not in here. It's not in the book. Or I didn't find it. Did you find it, somebody? You have it in the collection, but that's because I edit it.
It's Dati, right? It's Dati.
But that's totally something else. Data is the tusk. Dati is the tusker. It's the elephant. Very different. If you buy a tusk and if you buy an elephant, quite different.
Dear Bante, even data, the feminine word, like in the conjugation here, we didn't find anyone with the ending with O at the end.
Yeah, you do.
Data.
Data, yo. Data,
Oh,
yo. Got it?
yeah, I got it. Thank you, Bante.
Okay, any more question? So let's move on to the next exercise. There are quite a few spelling problems. You will be learning the kinds of nouns, and finally you are going to get to some very practical knowledge, and that is etymology. So you will be learning etymology, and this etymology will be useful for you to better understand how the words are formed. So it's easier to remember them and to use them correctly. You will also learn how to decline yo, ya, and yang. They're very similar, so no worries. You have actually 3 declinations here at the same time. But they're actually very easy, very simple. I found them very easy to learn. And then in the exercise, I don't see there anything wrong. That's probably because in the previous one I did. I thought I saw a lot of things here. Okay, even better. How about the solutions? I see, yes. So in the solutions, I have seen quite a few things. So these are some spelling things. Pavisingisu should be pavisingsu. Dhitaro, but you have here dhitaro. Then what else? You have here labhati, but it should be labhati. You have here antro, but it should be anyataro. Here you have bhanji, but it should be bhanji. And you have here ochinitum. No, that's wrong. It should be ochinitum without H. So these are very minor things which you probably yourself will easily realize that are just spelling mistakes, just typing mistakes probably. Okay, any questions, any concerns? Fine. So I have actually a different meeting right now, so I'm running there. Thank you everybody for coming. May you be happy, may you be healthy, and may you be successful in everything you do.